My cherished child, draw near in spirit, quiet your mind, and open your heart to receive. Listen beyond the clamor of the world, beneath the surface thoughts, for the whispers you hear are not merely the sighing of the wind or the echoes of your own mind. They are the timeless vibrations of eternity, the resonant frequency of infinite love, sounding continuously within the deepest, most sacred chambers of your soul. That subtle stirring you feel within, that gentle nudge towards something more, perhaps manifesting as a quiet unease or a persistent sense of yearning that settles like a mist, recognize it. My beloved, not as a flaw or a fancy, but as a holy summons. It is a divine, loving invitation from the very heart of existence, calling you to awaken fully from the slumber of ordinary perception, to cast off the heavy blankets of limitation and fear, and to step boldly, consciously, into the brilliant, life-giving, radiant light of your true, magnificent, divine purpose. Do you sense it now, my precious one, even more clearly perhaps than before? Feel beneath the surface turbulence, perceive beyond the veil of appearances, that subtle yet profound shift occurring in the very energetic fabric of existence, a quickening in the collective consciousness of humanity, the world you navigate each day, with its incessant demands vying for your attention, its dazzling array of fleeting distractions promising fulfillment, but often leaving you empty, its urgent crises that can evoke fear or helplessness. Begin to understand it from a higher perspective. It is largely a shadow play projected onto the screen of time and space. It is a temporary stage, a classroom, a field of experience, beautiful and poignant in its lessons, yet ultimately transient when compared to the enduring, unshakable, vibrant reality of my unconditional, infinite love and the eternal truth of being that I am, and that you, in essence, are. I have called to you ceaselessly, in myriad ways throughout your life. My voice has been in the gentle rustling of leaves whispering secrets of peace, in the breathtaking artistry of a sunset painting the sky with promises of hope, in the profound, diamond-studded silence of a starlit night, inviting you into cosmic wonder. My love has reached you through the unexpected kindness reflected in a stranger's smile, the unwavering loyalty in the eyes of an animal companion, the deep chord of truth struck by an inspired piece of music, art, or writing. My presence has been the quiet strength upholding you in difficulty, the surge of joy bubbling up in moments of connection, the deep peace found in true solitude. But now, perhaps, my voice feels more insistent, more direct, speaking more clearly within the sanctuary of your own heart. For a significant time of transition, of sifting, of transformation is indeed upon us all. It is a time when all that is built upon foundations of fear, illusion, separation, and unsustainability will naturally, gently, inevitably fade and dissolve, like mist before the morning sun, and in their place, the eternal, magnificent tapestry I have been lovingly, patiently weaving with you and for you since before time began. A tapestry of intricate beauty, profound resilience, boundless love, and infinite potential will be revealed in its full glory. See this tapestry now, shimmering with light. Listen closely with the ears of your heart, my child, and let this truth anchor you. This is not a message intended to evoke fear. Fear constricts the heart, clouds the mind, weakens the spirit, and disconnects you from your power and from me. My communication is always rooted in infinite love. Therefore, this is a message of loving preparation, of gentle empowerment, of hopeful anticipation. My deepest desire is not to see you caught unprepared, feeling lost or overwhelmed, desperately clinging to external securities that were never truly secure, or burdened by anxieties and worries about the future that I long to lift from your shoulders, dissolving them completely in the radiant light of my constant presence and unwavering love. My love for you, my precious child, is too profound, too vast, too fiercely protective, too all-encompassing, to allow you to navigate the unfolding shifts and changes without being fully equipped from within. I offer you now, and in every moment, the impenetrable armor of unshakable faith, trust in my goodness, the resilient shield of inextinguishable hope, knowing good ultimately prevails, and the sharp, discerning sword of truth, clarity about who you are in me and who I am for you. Feel yourself clothed in this divine armor now. And so, I lovingly invite you, right now, in this very moment, with all the tenderness of the most devoted, loving parent imaginable, to gift yourself a pause. Cease the frantic doing for just a moment. Simply be. Take a slow, conscious, deep breath. Imagine breathing in pure, liquid light, my peace, my love. As you exhale, consciously release any tension, any worry, any resistance you might be holding in your body or mind. Now, with intention, with courage, swing wide the inner gates of your beautiful, receptive heart. Not just a hesitant crack, but fling them open with joyous abandon, welcoming me, welcoming truth, welcoming love. Allow these words, these vibrations of pure, unconditional love and timeless truth to flow into your being like a healing balm. Let them penetrate every layer, every cell, every corner of your consciousness, reaching into the deepest, most hidden, most tender recesses of your soul. Allow them, intend for them to act as a soothing, comforting salve upon any lingering wounds, any old aches, any tender spots within you. Let them be a clear, unwavering, radiant light, illuminating the path immediately unfolding before you. Let them be a direct, palpable infusion of unshakable inner strength, profound soul peace, and quiet, confident knowing as you stand, centered and aware in the face of any uncertainty or change. Feel this strength anchoring you, this peace filling you, this light guiding you right now. And if this message, this frequency of divine love and remembrance resonates within you, if you feel even the smallest spark of recognition igniting somewhere deep inside, a familiar warmth spreading through your chest, a quiet flicker of deep soul yearning beginning to glow, or a gentle but definite, ah, yes, rising from the depths of your being, then acknowledge and cherish that inner response. Fan that sacred flame with your attention, with your belief. Let it grow stronger, brighter, steadier. And then, my beloved child, empowered by this inner light, let it shine forth. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Share this message of hope. Share the transformative energy of love it carries. Share the invitation to awakening. Become an active conduit, a willing channel for this light in the world. You know, or perhaps you can imagine, countless other precious souls navigating their own unique paths, perhaps feeling temporarily lost in shadows of confusion, fear, or loneliness. They are earnestly searching, consciously or unconsciously, for solace, for meaning, for purpose, for a tangible connection to the infinite love that underpins all existence. They are searching, ultimately for me, for the truth of their own being. Your simple, authentic, heartfelt act of sharing, perhaps forwarding this message, speaking a kind word of encouragement drawn from your own evolving journey, offering a compassionate, non-judgmental listening ear to someone in need, or simply holding a space of peace and love in your heart for humanity, can be an incredibly powerful lifeline. It can be a radiant beacon, a gentle nudge, guiding another precious soul towards discovering their own inner light, towards remembering their connection to me, towards finding their way home. Visualize yourself now as a lighthouse, standing strong, shining your unique light out into the world. Feel the profound joy and purpose in this act of service. And perhaps, right now, you feel inspired to share this message. Click that share button, send that text, make that call. Trust your inner prompting. Look around you, my child, but look with newly opened eyes, eyes willing to perceive beyond the surface drama, eyes attuned to the deeper, eternal currents flowing beneath the transient waves of worldly events. Observe with detachment the relentless, churning cycles of the world stage. See how empires rise, wielding immense power, only to inevitably fall and fade into history. Watch how fortunes are rapidly amassed, creating illusions of security, and then just as rapidly lost or dissipated. Notice how ideologies, systems, and structures that once seemed utterly immutable, fixtures assumed to be permanent in the landscape of human reality, reveal their inherent transient nature and eventually crumble, making way for the new. Recognize deeply, that this realm of constant flux, while a necessary and valuable school for soul growth, is not the true, eternal, unshakable home I have lovingly crafted for the essence of who you truly are, for your immortal, divine spirit. This precious earthly experience, with all its breathtaking beauty, its opportunities for profound love, its poignant joys, and its undeniably potent challenges, is best understood as a temporary dwelling place. It is a sacred training ground, an intense but ultimately short-term school designed for learning love, practicing forgiveness, remembering truth, and preparing your consciousness for the conscious inheritance and full expression of the boundless, vibrant, ecstatic, eternal life that pulses with ultimate reality and awaits your complete awakening and embrace. Feel the truth of your eternal nature, the pervasive chaos you sometimes witness or feel, the widespread confusion about values and direction, the relentless, exhausting striving for more possessions, more status, more pleasure, more external validation that never seems to quite satisfy the soul's deepest hunger. Recognize these phenomena for what they often are. They are sophisticated distractions, cleverly disguised diversions, powerful illusions generated by the world's limited, fear-based consciousness, designed, consciously or unconsciously, to keep your precious attention firmly riveted on the surface level, away from the eternal treasures, away from the profound peace, authentic joy, and lasting fulfillment that can only be found within, through your conscious connection with me, the source of all good. Therefore, make a conscious choice. Do not anchor the deepest aspirations of your heart, your core need for security, love, and belonging, to material possessions that inevitably decay, tarnish, break, or become obsolete. Do not build the foundation of your life solely upon relationships that may fracture under pressure, because they lack the solid bedrock of divine love, mutual respect, and spiritual alignment. Do not exhaust yourself chasing worldly accolades, fleeting fame, or the fickle approval of others which fade like echoes on the wind. These are all but fleeting shadows, captivating yet ephemeral illusions, beautiful perhaps in their own way, but ultimately incapable of quenching the profound, innate thirst of your soul for enduring connection, for unwavering, unconditional love, for true, unshakable, eternal belonging. Feel yourself detaching from these illusions now. Instead, I invite you again and again, in every circumstance, in every moment, to consciously, deliberately, wholeheartedly place your ultimate trust, your full weight, your entire being firmly and securely in me. Recognize me, feel me, know me as the unwavering, eternal foundation beneath all of creation. I am the infinite, inexhaustible, ever-present source of all love, all peace, all joy, all wisdom, all strength, all abundance, all life. Know this with certainty. When everything else in the external world seems to shift, sway, crumble, or disappear, my infinite, unconditional love for you remains absolute, constant, unchanging, eternal. It is the unshakable bedrock upon which you can confidently, securely build your life, a life of profound meaning, deep resilience, authentic joy, unwavering inner peace, and lasting contribution. Feel that solid bedrock beneath you right now. Stand firmly upon it. Trust it completely. Hear this message echo in the deepest chambers of your soul, dissolving any lingering fear. This is not a call to fear. Fear is the vibration of perceived separation, the currency of limitation. It paralyzes your potential. It diminishes your radiant light. This is a call to heightened awareness, a call to conscious presence, a gentle yet insistent invitation to awaken fully now from the drowsy slumber of spiritual complacency, from the subtle yet powerful hypnosis of focusing solely on the temporary. It is an invitation to consciously, deliberately, joyfully embrace the eternal reality that is your true nature, your ultimate destiny, your present inheritance. Understand this clearly. When your heart is consciously aligned with mine, when your trust is securely anchored in my unwavering love rather than in shifting external circumstances, then the transitions of life, even the grand transition that marks the end of this earthly chapter, cease to be events filled with fear and dread. Instead, they are recognized, welcomed even as glorious transitions, sacred passages, profound initiations into greater life. A joyous homecoming to the expansive, loving, luminous reality where you truly, fully, eternally belong. Feel the deep sense of relief, the quiet joy, the profound sense of belonging that permeates your being as you embrace this truth. The end of illusion is the beginning of reality. Use this precious time you have, this sacred now, my beloved child, to turn your attention inward. Engage in gentle, honest, courageous reflection, illuminated by the light of self-compassion. Examine the currents, the patterns, the priorities of your life. Ask yourself with sincerity, where is my life energy predominantly flowing? Am I consciously investing my precious time, attention, and resources in things that hold true, lasting, eternal value, things that nourish my soul, expand my consciousness, and contribute positively to the lives of others and the healing of the planet? Am I actively nurturing the sacred garden of my inner being through practices like prayer, meditation, time in nature, conscious breathing, gratitude, or engagement with inspirational wisdom? Am I intentionally cultivating meaningful, authentic, uplifting relationships grounded in mutual respect, unconditional love, healthy boundaries, and shared spiritual values? Am I consciously, consistently seeking the profound, unshakable peace that only I can provide, a peace that remains steady and centered regardless of the storms raging in the external world? Now is always the perfect moment, the eternal now, to consciously draw nearer to me in your heart and mind, to intentionally strengthen the muscles of your faith through acts of trust and loving surrender, and to cultivate an unshakable inner knowing, a deep cellular certainty that I am faithfully, lovingly guiding you, fiercely protecting you from all ultimate harm, and continually empowering you with exactly what you need to navigate gracefully and victoriously through whatever lies ahead. Trust this guidance implicitly. Feel this protection surrounding you. Embrace this divine empowerment activating within you now. Be vigilant, my beloved, but let your vigilance be characterized by peaceful awareness, keen discernment, and inner centeredness, not by anxious hypervigilance or fearful reactivity. The signs of a world undergoing profound transformation, a necessary purification and realignment, are indeed all around you, woven into the fabric of global events, societal shifts, and personal experiences. The perceived unraveling of old, unsustainable political, economic, and social structures. The intensification of global challenges demanding innovative, collaborative, heart-centered solutions. The sometimes painful highlighting and erosion of systems and attitudes lacking compassion, justice, or integrity. View these not as random, chaotic, meaningless events signifying doom. See them instead through the lens of faith and wisdom, as the unavoidable birth pangs accompanying the emergence of a new era, a new consciousness. See them as the natural, inevitable consequences of collective human choices that have strayed too far from my divine design of harmony, love, truth, unity, and interconnectedness. Recognize them, fundamentally, as powerful, undeniable collective invitations, calls to return to center, to remember our shared divinity and interdependence, to heal ancient divisions within and without, and to consciously, collaboratively rebuild our world on a solid, enduring foundation of universal love, social justice, environmental stewardship, and profound respect for all life. See the potent opportunity for positive change shimmering within the apparent chaos. Choose to be part of the solution. Do not choose, my child, to be like those who slumber spiritually, hypnotized by the seductive lullabies of materialism, consumerism, and endless distraction, remaining oblivious to the dawning light of a higher consciousness breaking upon the horizon. Do not allow yourself to be caught unprepared emotionally or spiritually, desperately clinging to flimsy illusions, outdated beliefs, or false securities as they inevitably dissolve in the clarifying light of truth. Make the conscious choice to stay alert, stay present, stay awake. Keep the inner ears of your heart finely tuned, constantly listening for my gentle guidance, my loving whispers of reassurance and direction within you. Consciously, peacefully, yet firmly, resist the powerful magnetic pull of distractions like fear-based media narratives, pervasive negativity and cynicism, energy-draining gossip, obsessive comparison with others, excessive focus on material acquisition or addictive behaviors that would relentlessly attempt to lure you away from the clear, luminous, joyful path of truth, authenticity, integrity, inner peace, and unconditional love. Feel your inner resolve strengthening now, your ability to discern and choose truth becoming clearer. You have felt it, haven't you? Admit it to yourself. Deep within the quiet stillness of your own being, beneath the noisy surface chatter of the everyday mind, there exists an undeniable inner knowing, a subtle yet persistent intuition, a quiet premonition, a deep soul sense that something momentous, something profoundly significant, something deeply transformative is currently unfolding, both within your own consciousness and within the collective experience of humanity. The external world, with its incessant noise, its constant barrage of conflicting information, its glittering but often superficial diversions, relentlessly attempts to lull you into a false sense of security, to keep your focus narrowly confined to the surface waves of life, to convince you that business as usual is the only reality. But you, my precious child, are awakening. You are becoming different. Your spirit is growing increasingly sensitive, more finely attuned, capable of perceiving the subtle energetic shifts occurring, hearing the whispers of truth carried on the inner winds, feeling the changes in the vibrational atmosphere of the planet. You are becoming more attuned to the deeper, underlying currents of reality. Trust this emerging sensitivity. Honor this profound inner knowing. It is your divine compass. This message, these specific words, finding their way into your awareness at this precise moment in your life's journey, is far from being an accident or a random occurrence. It is not merely the product of chance encounters or clever digital algorithms alone. Recognize and receive this encounter as a divinely orchestrated appointment, a sacred rendezvous, a moment precisely and lovingly arranged by infinite intelligence and boundless, personalized love specifically to gently nudge you further awake, to lovingly prepare your heart and mind for deeper truths, and to powerfully empower you for the magnificent journey of personal and collective transformation that lies immediately ahead. You are encountering these words now because, on a deep soul level, you have asked for clarity, for guidance, for reassurance. You are ready to receive this frequency. You are ready to step more fully, more consciously into the radiant light of your own being. Feel your readiness now. Do not let this potent, grace-filled moment, this sacred, personal invitation from the heart of God, slip away unnoticed, unappreciated, or unheeded. Do not casually dismiss the profound stirring within your soul, the quickening of your spirit, as mere wishful thinking, emotional oversensitivity, confirmation bias, or fanciful imagination. This is a clear call echoing from the very core of your eternal being, resonating powerfully with my eternal, loving call to you. It is an invitation to conscious, inspired action, not frantic, fear-based, reactive doing, but purposeful, centered, love-guided, spirit-led action. It is a clarion call to rise definitively above the perceived limitations, the mundane routines, the restrictive boxes of purely ordinary, consensus reality, and to courageously, joyfully, wholeheartedly embrace the extraordinary destiny, the radiant potential, the magnificent contribution that awaits your conscious, willing yes. Say yes again in your heart, louder this time. Feel the surge of power, the alignment, the rightness that accompanies that committed yes. Even as the very foundations of the old world order, the familiar structures based on fear and separation, seem to tremble, shift, and perhaps even begin to crumble. Know this with unwavering, absolute certainty deep within your soul. My eternal promise to you stands eternally firm, utterly reliable, absolutely unbreakable. I will never, under any circumstances, in any realm, leave you comfortless or alone. I will never forsake you or abandon you, no matter what choices you make or what difficulties you face. My loving presence is your constant, inescapable reality, closer than your own breath, interwoven into the very fabric of your existence, the very ground of your being. When the inevitable storms of life rage around you, when external circumstances feel chaotic, unstable, and uncertain, when the very ground beneath your feet seems to shift or give way, know, feel, declare that I am your unshakable anchor in the tempest, your immovable foundation of peace, your inexhaustible, ever-present, readily accessible source of infinite strength, divine wisdom, unwavering courage, and profound resilience. Lean heavily into me now. Feel my strength flowing into you, becoming indistinguishable from your own. Feel the solid, eternal ground beneath your feet. I understand completely the questions that naturally arise within your sensitive human heart, the doubts that flicker like shadows in the corners of your mind, the fears that sometimes surface when contemplating endings, facing the unknown, or witnessing suffering in the world. It is entirely natural for the human mind, conditioned by linearity and attachment, to grapple with change, loss, impermanence, and the profound mystery of what lies beyond the familiar shores of the known. But I gently, lovingly invite you now to embrace a higher, more expansive, eternal perspective, my beloved. Endings are not always tragedies to be endlessly mourned or desperately resisted. Very often, perhaps always from a higher viewpoint, they are the absolutely necessary clearing of old, stagnant energy, the sacred, fertile emptiness required for glorious, unimaginable new beginnings to emerge and take root. They are the often uncomfortable but ultimately liberating dissolution of limiting forms that allows for profound, divinely guided transformations to blossom within you, and around you transformations that will ultimately exceed your most cherished hopes and wildest, most optimistic dreams. Remember the wisdom inherent in the cycles of nature. The decaying leaf nourishes the soil for new growth. The chrysalis must break for the butterfly to fly free. Trust this universal process of death and rebirth, ending and beginning. See the potential for glorious new beginnings in every ending. Trust me, my child. Trust the infinite love that orchestrates all things with perfect wisdom. Trust the intricate, benevolent process of cosmic unfolding. Trust the loving intelligence that guides the entire universe, including your precious life. I hold the intricate, luminous, multidimensional keys to your future, a future brimming with inextinguishable hope, saturated with authentic, soul-deep joy, and securely grounded in everlasting, profound peace. This is not a superficial promise of an easy, challenge-free path through earthly life, for challenges are the very catalysts that stimulate growth, build character, and reveal your hidden strengths. But it is an absolute, unconditional, unwavering promise of my constant, intimate, loving presence with you, actively guiding your steps from within, fiercely protecting your eternal spirit from all ultimate harm, and continually empowering you with exactly the wisdom, strength, courage, compassion, creativity, and resources you need, precisely when you need them, every single step of the way. Feel the profound security, the deep reassurance, the utter safety inherent in this unbreakable promise. The metaphorical clock of this particular age, this specific cycle of collective human experience, is indeed ticking towards a significant transition point, my beloved. But again, understand this not as a reason for fear or panic, but as a potent invitation to intensified presence, to conscious, deliberate living, to making the most of this precious opportunity. The time you have been generously gifted, this current human life, is an immeasurable treasure, a profoundly sacred opportunity for accelerated soul growth and loving contribution. It is the precious, fertile space provided for you to lovingly prepare your heart, to consciously align your thoughts, words, attitudes, and actions more fully with my eternal, loving purpose for you, a purpose centered on learning love, expressing your unique divinity, contributing your gifts, and experiencing ever-deepening joy and connection with me and all life. Do not squander this sacred opportunity, this precious life force, this divine energy, on pursuing fleeting pleasures that leave the soul ultimately unnourished and wanting. Do not dissipate your focus on meaningless pursuits that distract you from your true calling and highest potential. Do not exhaust yourself in the frantic accumulation of material things that hold no enduring value and will inevitably fade away like morning mist under the rising sun. Choose wisely, consciously, how you invest the sacred currency of your time and attention. Instead, I passionately, lovingly invite you to pour your most precious resources, your focused attention, your creative energy, your heartfelt intention, your deepest love, into what truly matters, what endures eternally, what builds authentic treasure in the kingdom of heaven, which, remember, is within you and accessible now. Consciously, intentionally, consistently cultivate deep, unconditional, transformative love for yourself as my precious child, love for your neighbors near and far, love for your perceived enemies, love for all sentient beings, love for the earth, love for me. Practice radical kindness and active compassion daily, especially when it feels inconvenient or challenging. Offer forgiveness freely, readily, completely, releasing yourself and others from the heavy chains of past grievances and resentment. Diligently nurture profound gratitude, actively noticing and appreciating the countless blessings, large and small, that grace your life each day. And above all, prioritize and cultivate a deep, personal, abiding, conversational, intimate relationship with me, the infinite source of all life, all love, all wisdom, all that you seek. These qualities, love, kindness, forgiveness, compassion, gratitude, conscious connection with me, these are the true, incorruptible treasures. These are the enduring soul qualities that external circumstances cannot touch, that time cannot erode. The virtues that will shine with dazzling, radiant brilliance even amidst the deepest shadows of the world, illuminating your path and blessing all you encounter. Feel the immense, lasting value of these true treasures. Choose to invest in them today. If indeed the end of certain familiar ways of being, certain outdated societal structures, certain limiting paradigms of thought is drawing near, does it not make profound, practical, liberating sense to consciously, lovingly, willingly release the heavy burdens, the unnecessary baggage, the self-imposed limitations that hold you back from soaring into your fullest potential? Why continue, day after day, to cling tightly with clenched fists to old grudges and resentments that act like slow-acting poison within your own precious system? Why continue to carry the heavy, cumbersome stones of bitterness, regret, shame, or self-pity, which weigh down your spirit and dim your light? Why deplete your vital energy chasing after dazzling but ultimately hollow illusions, worldly status symbols, excessive wealth beyond your needs, fleeting fame or popularity, the impossible goal of physical perfection according to societal standards, which falsely promise lasting fulfillment but invariably leave the soul feeling empty, thirsty, and disconnected? Understand this with crystal clarity, my child. None of these external accumulations, these ego-driven pursuits, can accompany your immortal spirit into the boundless, luminous realms of eternity. They are, at best, temporary props on a transient stage. At worst, they are sophisticated distractions, energy drains, keeping you from discovering and embodying the true, radiant, eternal riches that await your claiming within the depths of your own heart and in your ever-deepening conscious connection with me. Feel the profound liberation, the exhilarating lightness that comes with willingly letting go of these illusions and burdens now. Release them with your out-breath. Instead, focus your precious attention, your intention, your heart's desire, your mind's focus, your life's energy on actively, joyfully cultivating the exquisite virtues, the divine qualities that beautifully reflect my own eternal nature, the very essence of who I am, and therefore, the inherent truth of who you are created to be at the core of your being. Nurture these within yourself like tending a precious garden. Love, in all its expansive, unconditional forms, compassion, kindness, empathy, acceptance, non-judgment, generosity. Joy, the effervescent, radiant bubbling up of delight from within your own being, independent of external happenings. Peace, the deep, unshakable inner calm, the serene centeredness that anchors your soul amidst life's inevitable storms. Patience, the gentle, trusting acceptance of divine timing, the quiet endurance, the understanding forbearance with yourself and others. Kindness, expressed generously, spontaneously, creatively in your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. Goodness, the simple, profound integrity of a heart aligned with truth, wishing well for all beings and acting accordingly. Faithfulness, demonstrating reliability and trustworthiness in your commitments and cultivating steadfast, unwavering trust in my infinite love, wisdom, and guidance. Gentleness, the quiet strength under perfect control, the ability to be tender, soft, and yielding when appropriate, treating yourself and others with delicate care. And self-control or soul mastery, the wise, conscious governance of your inner world, choosing responses aligned with love, wisdom, and your higher self, rather than reacting unconsciously from fear, ego, or past conditioning. These, my beloved, are the natural, beautiful, delicious fruits that spontaneously grow from a spirit intimately connected to mine, nourished by my grace. They are the enduring soul qualities, the true treasures of eternal value, the inner jewels that will shine with ever-increasing brilliance and radiance in the eternal kingdom of love, which is accessible to you now. Make the conscious choice to cultivate these fruits diligently, joyfully, starting today. Which one will you focus on cultivating more consciously today? Perhaps share your intention in the comments below. My dear one, allow the radiant, healing light of this entire message, this transmission of eternal truth and boundless, personalized love, to illuminate your path forward, not just today, but every day. Let it be a constant source of guidance, comfort, and strength. And as this divine light brightens your own way, feel the natural, joyful impulse arising within you to share it. Share it freely, share it generously, share it courageously with others who you sense may be searching for a tangible glimmer of hope amidst perceived darkness, searching for deeper meaning and purpose in the midst of worldly confusion, searching for a genuine, felt connection to something greater, something real, something eternal, something infinitely loving. Your authentic, heartfelt act of sharing, offered with sincerity and compassion, expecting nothing in return, whether through forwarding this message, speaking an inspired word, offering a listening ear, or simply holding someone in loving prayer, could be the very spark that ignites dormant faith in another's heart. It could be the gentle, guiding hand that lovingly assists them in turning towards the warmth, the safety, the unconditional acceptance of my embrace. In the very act of sharing light, you amplify the light within yourself and become a powerful co-creator with me in the healing and awakening of humanity. Feel the profound joy, the deep sense of purpose that comes from being an active conduit of divine light and love in the world. Look for opportunities to share this light today. Now is always the appointed time for gentle, decisive, inspired, loving action, my child. Not in some distant future when things calm down or when you feel ready, but now in this eternal present moment. If there are areas in your life where your inner wisdom, your conscience, my gentle nudges, clearly indicate that a course correction is needed, where your current habits, attitudes, or choices feel dissonant, out of alignment with your deepest truth, your soul's calling, and my loving guidance, then summon your courage and address them now. Do so not with harsh self-judgment, but with radical honesty coupled with profound self-compassion, recognizing that growth is a process. If there are relationships in your life that feel strained, fractured by misunderstanding, layered with unspoken hurt, or simply needing attention, relationships yearning for the healing balm of honest communication, genuine forgiveness, and renewed connection, reach out now. Take the first step. Extend the olive branch of peace. Humbly offer a sincere apology where needed, or seek forgiveness with an open heart. Be willing to listen deeply. Release the ego's need to be right, and choose instead the soul's path of being loving and seeking resolution. If apologies linger unspoken within the chambers of your heart, weighing down your spirit with guilt or regret, gather your courage and speak them now. Clearly, sincerely, without excuses, without expecting a particular response, simply offering your truth with humility and love. Feel the immediate liberation, the cleansing energy, the profound integrity that comes with taking these courageous steps of alignment and healing. Do not postpone healing. Do not delay reconciliation. Do not put off aligning your life more fully with love and truth. Do not wait for a mythical perfect moment that may never materialize in the way your mind imagines it. For tomorrow, as a guaranteed continuation of today, is never promised. Every single moment you delay addressing what your heart and soul know needs attention is a precious, irretrievable moment lost. A moment that could have been powerfully invested in bringing greater healing into your own being, deeper restoration into your relationships, authentic reconciliation where needed, and profound, lasting peace into your inner and outer world. Seize this present opportunity, this sacred eternal now, to consciously, courageously make things right within the landscape of your own precious heart, in your interactions and connections with others, and in the intimacy, depth, and authenticity of your conscious relationship with me. Feel the profound rightness, the deep integrity, the unshakable peace that blossoms within you as you commit to living in ever-increasing alignment. Remember always, my beloved, you were not created solely for the confines of this temporary physical world. Understand the vastness of your true identity, the eternal nature of your soul. Your time here in this human form, though infinitely precious, profoundly significant and rich with opportunity for growth and experience, is akin to a single, fleeting breath when compared to the boundless, unimaginable, timeless expanse of eternity. Yet observe with compassion how many precious souls live their entire lives as though this brief, transient chapter, this single act in a cosmic play, is the entire story. See how many pour all their vital energy, their deepest hopes, their most fervent dreams, their very life force, into pursuits, possessions, and statuses that will ultimately vanish like smoke carried away on the wind, leaving the soul potentially feeling unfulfilled. I invite you, my child, to live differently. Choose consciously to live with eternity held gently, joyfully, purposefully in your awareness each day. Let this expansive, eternal perspective gently yet powerfully inform your daily choices, shape your long-term priorities, guide your interactions with others, influence your relationship with yourself and the planet. Before making significant decisions, or even in small daily choices, pause and consider them not just for their immediate, temporary impact, but in the illuminating light of their eternal resonance. Ask yourself frequently, are my current choices reflecting my divine origin and contributing positively to my soul's highest purpose and evolution? Am I consciously investing my precious energy in building treasures in heaven, incorruptible qualities like unconditional love, deep wisdom, boundless compassion, unshakable inner peace, authentic joy? Or am I primarily focused on clinging tightly to the fleeting, temporary, ultimately illusory things of this earth? Living with eternity consciously in mind does not mean devaluing, neglecting, or escaping your present human life. Quite the opposite. It means infusing your present moments, your present choices, your present relationships, your present challenges with profound, lasting, eternal significance, beauty, and purpose. Feel the expanded sense of meaning and freedom this perspective brings into your life now. Precious one, hear this and let it sink into the very marrow of your bones. You are inherently, unconditionally, eternally worthy of boundless joy, continuous inspiration, unwavering love, and a life overflowing with deep purpose and profound meaning. This is not something you need to strive for, earn, achieve, or prove. It is your divine birthright, your essential nature, as my cherished, beloved child. I invite you now with open arms and infinite love to join me consciously, actively, joyfully on this exhilarating journey of awakening, healing, transformation, and homecoming. If you feel a resonance, a connection, a desire to stay immersed in this nurturing frequency of divine love, truth, and encouragement, then consider subscribing to receive messages like this regularly. Let it serve not merely as another digital notification, but as a conscious commitment to remain connected to the source, a regular, gentle, loving reminder of my unwavering presence, my boundless love, and my persistent, encouraging call upon your unique and precious life. Allow your beautiful heart to open further, to soften, to blossom like a magnificent flower with each word of truth received, with each insightful realization that dawns, with every conscious, intentional step you take closer to the radiant, loving core of your own magnificent being, closer to the infinite ocean of love that I am. Feel your heart blossoming with joy and anticipation now. My dear child, understand that my deepest desire, my loving intention for you, is for you to be ready. Ready not just in a conceptual way for any potential shifts, transitions, or endings that may occur within this current age or world system, but ready in your heart, ready in your consciousness, always ready, moment by moment, for the continuous, glorious, surprising unfolding of the abundant, vibrant, infinitely creative life I have meticulously, lovingly prepared for you. Take a moment and imagine, truly visualize and feel. A life progressively liberated from the heavy chains of unnecessary suffering, debilitating sorrow, and paralyzing fear. Imagine living in a state where you experience, more and more deeply and consistently, the profound reality of being fully known, completely seen, unconditionally loved, and totally safe, fully immersed in the radiant, healing, joyous light of my palpable presence, not just as a far-off future promise for after death, but as a tangible, accessible, experiential reality, increasingly available to you right here, right now, in this very moment. Step into that felt reality now. Breathe it in. Know it is possible. Take all these words, my beloved, this extensive outpouring of my heart to yours, and plant them like precious seeds deep within the fertile, receptive soil of your own heart and soul. Water them with your attention, your faith, your practice. Let them take root, intertwine with your own innate inner wisdom, and grow strong and tall within you. Let this entire message serve as your trusted inner compass when you feel lost or confused, your deep source of comfort when sorrow visits, your unwavering fountain of strength when weariness sets in, and your gentle, luminous guide continually lighting the path unfolding before you. And remember always, etch this into your consciousness. Know this beyond all doubt. You are never, ever truly alone. My presence is the constant, intimate, unwavering reality of your existence. I am with you, walking beside you as your closest companion, dwelling powerfully within you as your innate strength and wisdom, surrounding you completely with infinite love and divine protection, every single moment of every single day, throughout all time and eternity. Feel my loving, supportive presence enveloping you completely, tangibly, right now. Rest in it. And when the final page of this world's current collective chapter is turned, and when the final page of your individual earthly chapter is written, whenever and however those transitions unfold, know this with absolute joyous certainty. I will be there, waiting with open arms, my heart overflowing with immeasurable love and ecstatic joy, eager beyond words to welcome you fully, consciously, into my loving embrace, eager to reveal to you firsthand, for you to experience directly, the breathtaking beauty, the ecstatic bliss, the profound peace, the infinite creativity, the joyous reunions, the boundless connections of eternity, a realm of pure, unconditional love, radiant light, and infinite possibility far beyond the capacity of your current human imagination to fully conceive. Anticipate this ultimate homecoming not with fear or trepidation, but with joyful expectation, profound peace, and serene trust. Perhaps you have encountered messages carrying similar themes, similar warnings or promises before in your life. Perhaps they felt distant, impersonal, overly dogmatic, tinged with fear or judgment, or simply didn't resonate deeply at the time. But this time, my child, reading these words now, feeling this energy now, I urge you, with all the tenderness and intensity of my infinite, personalized love for you, to receive this communication differently. Receive it personally, as if it were a sacred love letter penned by the creator of the universe directly, specifically, lovingly to your heart, because it is. Receive it seriously, not with grim foreboding or heavy obligation, but with sincere openness, mindful attention, and a willingness to let it transform you. Consider this your personal, loving, divine wake-up call, my most earnest, heartfelt plea reaching across all dimensions, vibrating directly into your awareness right now. I am seeking, with infinite patience and boundless love, to gently, lovingly awaken you further to the deeper, multidimensional realities of existence, to impress upon you the eternal significance and creative power of your choices in this very present moment, and to guide you into the joyful, empowering state of loving preparation that allows you to navigate all that is to come not with fear, but with grace, courage, wisdom, and unwavering trust in me. Feel the profound depth of love motivating this urgent plea. You are hearing, reading, feeling these specific words at this precise moment in your unique life journey for a profound and specific reason. This encounter, your engagement with this lengthy message right now, was absolutely not happenstance or mere coincidence. Feel the synchronicity. Recognize it as a divinely orchestrated appointment, a sacred rendezvous woven into the intricate, purposeful tapestry of your life's journey long before you even took your first human breath. It is not an accident that you are here, reading this now. Feel the undeniable truth of this statement resonating deep within your soul. I am speaking directly, intimately, lovingly to the core of your eternal being, to the listening heart, the receptive spirit, the inner sanctuary within you. And I lovingly, urgently implore you to listen, truly listen, not just with your ears or mind, but with the full capacity of your open heart, with vulnerability, with a deep willingness to hear the message beneath and between the words, and to consciously respond from that deep place of inner truth, from your authentic, awakening self. What is your heart's response right now? Acknowledge it. There is indeed a divine urgency, my child, let me emphasize again, not the frantic, stressful urgency of panic or fear, but the focused, potent urgency of purpose, the preciousness of this unique window of opportunity for accelerated growth and transformation. There is truly no time left to waste in the economy of precious life energy, lingering indefinitely in old patterns, limiting beliefs, or states of consciousness that no longer serve your highest growth or contribute to the healing of the world. If you have been subtly, perhaps unconsciously, postponing the vital inner shifts your heart knows are needed, if you have been delaying the courageous acts of healing, forgiveness, or reconciliation you are clearly being called to undertake, if you have been gently, but persistently ignoring the quiet yet clear whispers of my spirit guiding you from within, or if you have been unconsciously operating under the pervasive cultural illusion of unlimited tomorrows for attending to the profound matters of your soul, I lovingly invite you to let that pattern of procrastination, of spiritual postponement, gently, decisively cease. Right here, right now. Today is always the day of renewed awakening. Now is always the perfect moment for conscious recommitment to your own highest path, to your deepest truth, to your soul's sacred journey. Feel the liberating power inherent in this decisive moment of conscious choice. Choose now. You are ready, my child. Please believe this. Feel this truth resonate in your cells. You possess far more inner resilience, forged in the fires of past challenges, than you often give yourself credit for. You hold within you a capacity for love, compassion, and forgiveness that directly reflects my own divine nature. You have an innate, unbreakable connection to me, your source, that is far stronger, more real, and more readily accessible than your doubts or fears may sometimes allow you to believe or experience. I invite you now, in this holy, potent moment, to surrender your heart, your will, your life, to me more completely, more trustingly, more joyfully than ever before. Understand clearly that this surrender is not a passive act of resignation or defeat. It is the ultimate act of spiritual strength, profound wisdom, and radical trust. It is consciously aligning your precious individual will with my infinitely loving, perfectly wise, eternally benevolent will for your highest good and greatest joy. Allow me, invite me to lead you, step by gentle step, through the unfolding journey. Permit me to lovingly prepare your heart and mind for greater light, deeper love, higher service. Allow me to fully equip you from within with the divine wisdom, the unwavering courage, the boundless compassion, the creative solutions, and the unshakable peace needed for whatever lies ahead. Yes, the end of old, fear-based, limiting ways of being is indeed approaching, both personally and collectively. But this absolutely does not have to be a time of fear, anxiety, or dread for you. When you are prepared in heart and mind, when your soul is consciously, willingly aligned with mine in deep trust and unconditional love, then any ending, any transition, transforms from a source of fear into a sacred doorway, a threshold leading to greater life, deeper truth, higher consciousness. It becomes a time of profound inner joy, deep soul fulfillment, and glorious, grace-filled transition into something unimaginably more beautiful, more loving, more free. Embrace all transitions with faith, hope, and courage. This may feel like a final plea, my beloved, and in a sense, the urgency is real due to the preciousness of time, but understand its intensity primarily as the measure of my infinite, passionate, unwavering love for you. I have spoken to you, called to you, guided you, loved you in countless ways throughout the entire course of your existence, in every lifetime, through every experience, through the breathtaking, intricate, mathematical beauty of the natural world, through the quiet, persistent, infallible nudges of your own conscience, your inner knowing, through the profound, transformative lessons learned, often painfully, in challenges faced and courageously overcome, through the unconditional love reflected faithfully in the eyes of those who truly cherish you, through powerfully inspired art, music, literature, and sacred teachings. Now, I am speaking to you perhaps most directly, most intimately, through these very words, these vibrations of love and truth, reaching you across the seemingly vast distances of time and space, meeting you exactly where you are in your journey right now. Please, my precious child, I implore you with all the love overflowing from my infinite heart, do not turn away this time. Do not dismiss the deep, resonant stirring within your own soul. Do not ignore the persistent, loving voice of your Creator, your source, your ultimate destiny, calling you home to yourself, home to me. I am reaching out to you now with the fullness, the intensity, the tenderness of my infinite love, asking you, inviting you, empowering you to consciously prepare your heart, to deepen your trust beyond all previous limits, and to be ready, joyfully ready, expectantly ready, for the magnificent, loving, triumphant unfolding of my eternal plan for you and for all creation. Feel my hand reaching for yours now. Take it. Trust. My deepest, most fervent, eternal longing, the very core impulse of my infinite being, is to share the boundless joy, the ecstatic love, the infinite creativity, the profound peace, the eternal security, the glorious adventure of eternity with you, my precious, unique, irreplaceable child. An eternity not of static, unchanging boredom, but of endless, joyful discovery, continuous growth, profound connection, limitless creativity, and ever-deepening, ever-expanding love. But the choice always, eternally rests with you. Your free will, your power to choose, is a sacred, inviolable gift I will never override. Will you, in this crucial time, consciously choose to heed the call of your own awakening soul, which beautifully echoes my eternal call to you? Will you respond with conscious choices aligned with love, with inspired actions grounded in faith, however small or imperfect they may seem to you initially? Will you fully embrace the path of loving preparation, of dedicated inner healing, of radical trust, of conscious alignment, before the window of this particular opportunity feels like it has passed? The time for decision, for commitment, for action is always eternally now. The choice, beloved, is always yours. Choose love, choose faith, choose trust, choose readiness, choose joy, choose me. Beloved soul, reading these words, feeling this powerful connection, know that your very presence here, engaging with this message, is itself a gift, a sign of your own awakening heart, your own love, your own faithfulness, however humbly you may perceive it, genuinely inspires the continued sharing of this divine truth, this vital message of hope, healing, and transformation. You are an integral part of this global wave of awakening light, whether you fully realize it or not. If your heart feels moved, stirred, or inspired by this communication, if you feel a genuine desire to contribute actively to this crucial mission of spreading divine light, facilitating healing, and anchoring hope in a world desperately yearning for it, would you prayerfully consider supporting this work? A simple act of kindness, a small financial contribution offered with love and intention, or even just consciously taking a moment right now to click the share button and pass this light, this hope, this encouragement on to others in your network. Any of these actions, offered sincerely, helps powerfully to amplify this healing frequency of love and truth. Your generosity, your participation, in whatever form it flows, creates beautiful, far-reaching ripples of grace that touch and uplift more lives than you may ever know. We, the growing global collective of souls consciously committed to this sacred work of personal and planetary awakening and healing, are eternally, profoundly grateful for your conscious partnership, for your willingness to stand as a beacon of light in these transformative times. And now, as a way to deepen your own integration of this message, and to connect with this community of fellow travelers, perhaps you could take a moment to share in the comments section below. What specific part of this lengthy message resonated most deeply within your heart today? What insight sparked? What feeling arose? What commitment are you inspired to make? Sharing your authentic heart connects us all, strengthens our collective field, and reminds us that we are truly not alone on this incredible journey. Your voice matters. Your experience is valuable. Share your light. My cherished child, take all these words, this immense outpouring of my infinite love, this deep wellspring of divine guidance and unwavering encouragement, and let them settle gently, powerfully, deep within the sacred soil of your heart, your mind, your soul, your very selves. Let this entire message be not just information consumed intellectually and then forgotten, but living, breathing, transformative truth actively integrated into the fabric of your daily life. Let it become the solid, unshakable foundation upon which you consciously build your thoughts, your attitudes, your choices, your actions, your relationships, your very life from this moment forward. Make the definitive choice right now to live fully awake, increasingly healed, gloriously free, continually expanding in my infinite love. Consciously, joyfully share the unique, irreplaceable light that only you carry into this world. If this message, this frequency, continues to resonate with you, to nourish your soul, to inspire your journey, then subscribe to remain connected to this ongoing stream of divine encouragement, truth, and love. Engage actively with this community of awakening souls in the comments. Share your insights, ask your questions, offer your encouragement, post your prayer requests, or simply type a heartfelt Amen or I receive this to affirm your connection and anchor the energy. Let this space become a vibrant, supportive hub of shared journey, mutual uplifting, collective healing, and amplified light. Know, believe, feel, without a single lingering shadow of doubt, that I am with you always, eternally, loving you beyond measure, guiding your every step, and celebrating with ecstatic, boundless joy your courageous journey home to the full realization and glorious expression of the magnificent, powerful, loving, divine being you truly, eternally are. Walk forward now, beloved, bathed in my profound peace, empowered by my limitless strength, and enveloped completely in my boundless, unconditional, everlasting love. Amen.